Hi guys. Hey internet, what's going on? It's me, your friend, your buddy, good old KJ, and I'm back at it again with the monkey. I'm not calling you. Oh wait, you're a monkey today. I'm a monkey.
I'm a monkey.
And Jay motherfucking Dubbs.
So I'm going by JayDubbs today because I have no facial hair.
JayDubbs, I like it. I'm with it.
Hey, little baby Dubbs. And welcome back to another episode of the Proper Gaming Talk Show, digital dive in the Proper Gaming Talk Show. Hi, did you miss us? I saw that you voted for my picks on the last draft. I appreciate you guys. You guys are just top tier. Anyways, we're here to talk about everyone's favorite publisher, Electronic Arts.
Yay.
And everyone's favorite intellectual property holders, Disney and Marvel.
So great.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
Star Wars.
It's gonna. You know what? Just for everyone, I'm just going to put this out there right now. We are going to try to be as positive as we can be, but like I'm 90% sure this is going to turn to a fuck EA conversation. So if you're not down for those videos, this one might not be the one for you. But like, if you want to be mad, let's go.
I don't know. I'm probably going to be on the edge of like cautious optimism this entire episode because I see what EA can do. It's just a matter of will they actually fucking do it?
Exactly. It's a matter of execution, which they're not fucking known for, apparently. So basically, guys, what had happened was Marvel and EA signed a 3-game deal. Now, we don't know who the characters are except for one, but it's a 3-game deal. It'll be handled by EA Motive, the same people who made Squadrons, Battlefront 2, and are working on the Dead Space 3 remake. Fellas, thoughts, opinions, concerns? Let's hash this shit out.
So
Dead Space 1 remake?
Yeah,
they're doing that.
The Dead Space remake that they're coming out with is made by EA Motive Studios, whatever they're called.
Nice.
Yeah. So for that reason alone, I'm cautiously optimistic because the game looks good. Everything we've seen for the Dead Space remake looks legitimately good. Squadrons was a good game. It just has zero content in it, which is the exact same issue we had with Anthem. They've had we see what EA can do. Like I said, we see what they can do. It's just a matter of the execution of that game because sometimes EA puts out fire, like Titanfall 2.
But I don't even think you have to go that far though, because if you look at motive and content, Battlefront 2 was right there. It's the first game they worked on. That was pretty, it was bare bones for a little bit.
It had a really bad launch, and it got better as they put more stuff into it, which is great.
So, can we just talk about the elephant in the room? I guess let's just knock this out now. Why is it not Respawn?
That's a good fucking question. That's a really good question.
They made a really good single-player action-adventure IP title in Fallen Order, and they're doing a second with Jedi Survivor.
I think that's why. I think they just don't want to have too much on their plate at one time.
Yeah, because they're also working on the next Jedi game. So that's going to be taking up. Yeah, Jedi Survivor.
And that might even end up being a trilogy. Who knows? So that might be their main. That's probably going to be their main thing they're doing for now.
They're not super huge. So it's not like they have different departments to work on multiple games at the same time, kind of like what Ubisoft does or Bethesda or something like that. So yeah, I get why they're not doing that. I'm honestly. What's up?
They run one of the still probably top 10 most popular battle royales in gaming,
and one of the best FPS games ever made. So,
and you're telling me they can't handle a single player project? So here's my concern, especially with Motive, and I've touched Battlefront.
Wait, which game were you talking about? Where Respawn, KJ?
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends and Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. That was.
God, Titanfall 2 is so good.
It's so good. I love Titanfall 2.
Throw that back out in the ether. That's what throw that back out. Titanfall 2 is so fucking good.
Give us a Titanfall 3, please.
They're not.
I know they're not. I know. But I want one.
I think I would sacrifice a lot in this world if I can get a Titanfall 3.
I would sacrifice Apex Legends for Titanfall 3.
I would also sacrifice Apex Legends for Titanfall 3. Yeah,
the only thing I wouldn't sacrifice would be Doom for Titanfall 3. That's about it.
Yeah. Well, seeing as they're different developers is fine.
Yeah, but still, he's saying sacrifice.
Yeah,
personally,
yeah.
I would sacrifice the fuck out of Destiny to get Titanfall.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, no, I would sacrifice Destiny.
yeah.
I don't know if I
Like,
would
that's not, but that's like my shooter of choice right now, and I would sacrifice the shit out of it.
Yeah.
For fucking Titanfall 3.
No,
So,
yeah.
I agree.
Tangent, about 4 minutes in, we love to see it. Back to the point. I'm concerned and a little worried, but now at the same time, I'm really excited for everybody who's excited for the Dead Space remake, because if they're giving them a Marvel project, that remake's probably looking pretty fucking fire.
Exactly, and that's one of the reasons I am very not hype, but like I said, cautiously optimistic. I have a feeling this could be really, really, really good. And even like, is Motive Studios heading all 3 games, or are they just doing the one that we know?
It says the deal was all 3 games through Motive.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, in that case, I have high hopes. Not high. I don't know. I don't know how to
very
feel.
neutral.
I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, I'm just very neutral about the whole thing. I know
want
EA.
to feel good. I want to feel
And I
good.
know EA Motive. Yeah.
If it wasn't EA, who would you guys have wanted to get the Marvel license? Because like we've kind of seen some people play with it. We've seen,
Yeah.
Sucker, we've seen Square, EA's gotten the Star Wars license, but not Marvel. So like, if it's not EA and Marvel for the 3 game deal, or just a game, like who else would you want to see? Like, do you want a Ubisoft Marvel game?
No. Not at all. So here's my thing. It depends on what the type of game is. So if they're going to do like a straightforward action adventure, linear style game, kind of like Guardians, then 100% Square, because they did a really good job. If they're going to do like an open world, action adventure game, then I would say Insomniac, because they're killing it with their open world games.
Right.
So it all depends on the style of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I would say weirdly enough, if it was going to be like a narrative, linear story like Guardians, I would honestly go with Naughty Dog, weirdly enough.
That would be crazy.
That would be dope.
Naughty Dog would be crazy.
I don't know what that would look like, though. I really don't.
Like, they take everything they learned from, what was it, Crash, or what did they do? It was
Uncharted.
Yeah.
No, before Uncharted. Like, they did Crash, right?
Yeah.
So take everything they did with Crash, combine it with Last of Us, you got yourself something that's going to be, like you said, crazy.
Well, I mean, just looking at Uncharted, like they could do so much. They could honestly do a linear Black Panther game in the style of Uncharted. You know what I mean?
Because they do their force and everything.
So cool.
Yeah,
that would be
That's the good part, because that Captain America T'Challa game is still coming out like next year.
Yeah.
2 years from now. And that was EA Marvel, and I don't believe that's a part of the 3-game deal with Motive.
I don't think it is.
No, that's separate. Yeah,
that has to be separate, because otherwise they would have included it. Because we only know of 1 game.
Yep, we do, and that game is Anthony Stark. Iron Man got announced. So I've been reading. So like, let's think about it. Is this 3 separate Marvel games, or is this an Iron Man trilogy?
They did say it was going to be 3 separate IPs.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get 1 Iron Man game, and here's everyone's favorite part of the Proper Gaming Talk Show. If you guys can pick a character for the last 2, who are you guys picking? Or give me 2 characters.
Yeah.
Give me your guesses of who you think it's gonna be, and then give me your wish fulfillment, like your wish casting.
let's see.
I would probably say we will get a Fantastic Four game.
Out of EA?
I could see it happening.
Wild. Okay.
And obviously, I think we're going to get like a legitimate like Black Panther game.
Okay. Jules?
Who do I think they're gonna do? I would say like at least maybe one of the Avengers, just to keep it relevant. Maybe like I don't know, maybe we might get a new Thor game, or a new Hulk game, I would say. Or a joined, or it could be like a joined adventure with 2 of them,
Well, that's kind of what's doing with the Black Panther and the Captain America game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So they might follow that model, just to keep the the hype going for all these characters at the same time.
Yeah, because my thing is like they have to pick someone big, right? Like no one's gonna really give a shit about, like Captain Marvel game or maybe.
Stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there because that's actually my pick.
Really, Captain Marvel?
Yeah, because you still have to stay relevant, like you said. You got to pick an Avenger. Technically, she's an Avenger right now.
Yeah.
Cap's gone. And you gotta think there's still, of course, towards movie releases, and the Marvels comes out in a few years. I'm just throwing that out there. So, like, I understand where you're coming from, because, like, yeah, we don't love Captain Marvel, but we talked about it a little bit ago. Representation is really important.
It is.
I think having a female superhero game is huge. Like, can you name a female superhero game? Wonder Woman is not out yet.
Well, technically, wasn't Marvel's Avengers centered around Ms. Marvel?
I would give you that, but you're reaching something fierce. Like,
well, the whole, like, everything, like, the initial story was just centered around.
Yeah, but
her.
through semantics, you're right. But you don't, like, play the entire campaign as Kamala.
True.
So, like, through semantics, yeah, it's her story. But, like, at the same time, no.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like, it's just an Avengers game.
We're also getting that Wonder Woman game that's like 7, 8, 10 years out. So there's going to be that. But in terms of like female superheroes in Marvel, I doubt we would ever get a Black Widow game.
That's also my point. Who's the other female that you would actually give a game to?
Yeah, like.
It's got to be Captain Marvel if you're going to give.
Yeah, she's the only not to be sexist. She's the only big name female superhero that would be really fun to play as.
Well, God damn, I'm smart. But what would you think about like a Splinter Cell-esque like Black Widow stealth game?
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well, like a stealth game for.
See, that sounds sick.
Black Widow, it would be cool. Yeah, that would be interesting, to say the least.
Jules, do you have any female characters you can see being in like the main character of a like single player narrative action game?
Maybe Storm. Like Storm does have a.
I was thinking
Storm does have a really good. Yeah, she has a really good backstory. Jean Grey, clearly, Phoenix.
You can't do Phoenix.
But here's the thing: like, would you really do individual games for all the X-Men except for Wolverine?
He's got one coming out on the Marvel side.
I know. I'm saying like he's one of the biggest independent X-Men characters. The rest of them are usually only included when they're in the team.
I think you see. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say I could see invisible. I could see an Invisible Woman game where like it focuses on raising the child. Like, let's say it's this one-off story where like Reva just dies and she's raising the child, and like they do like time skips and there's like this. I could see something interesting like that.
That's the thing. Like, I couldn't really see them taking any of those team-based characters into their own individual game.
In a team. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, literally everybody's in the team.
Well,
Avengers.
Okay, yes, but they are also individual characters in their own right, whereas Fantastic Four, they only exist within themselves.
I will give you that. I understand where you're coming from now, because I'm saying everyone's in a fucking team.
Yeah. And with the X-Men, like most of the time, they only exist within themselves.
I thought of another one.
What?
Probably Blade.
Ooh. Yeah, because that movie's coming out soon.
Yeah, probably Blade to get the hype up for Blade.
Yeah,
that would be dope. I would
also a Blade game that would just be
that would be sweet.
Because last one I played was Blade 2. Blade 2 is dope on the PlayStation 2. That was pretty fun.
I don't even think I ever played that.
It was pretty fun.
Sending shots at this nigga. Let this man like his movie game.
It actually wasn't a movie game, sir. It had its own story. Because it had its own story.
All right, now I'm gonna let you guys just go wild. Give me the two characters you want.
I would say, because you mentioned Captain Marvel, I was thinking Silver Surfer. I love a Silver Surfer game. That would be dope. And then my second one, just because I do love dark brooding characters, would be Daredevil.
Yeah,
Daredevil would be sick.
That would be sweet. But again, that's what I'm saying. Would this be a open world action adventure game or linear action adventure game? Because what it looks like they're doing with the Iron Man game is this going to be an action adventure story driven game, not so much a open world Spider-Man level game.
I gotta tell you what I think the real core issue, and as we've talked about it, I kind of think where we're going. I think the 3 characters are going to be Iron Man, obviously, Captain Marvel, and Jules kind of actually hit it with Silver Surfer, because if you look at every game that they've made so far, they all have one, well, except for the Dead Space remake, because that's not out. The other 2 have one very crucial part. There's a lot of flying combat.
Yeah.
And we're going to focus on flying combat, because that's the toughest part when you talk about I like an Iron Man. Like,
yeah,
that's probably the worst part. Well, there's a lot of bad parts about Avengers, but that's probably the worst part about the Iron Man kit in Avengers. Flying isn't great.
Yeah, because he just hovers. It doesn't really.
Yeah, and
you don't get the full breadth of those abilities.
And the combat in flight is X. Let's just call it what it is. So, like,
see,
if we're just
go ahead, finish.
If we're just kind of thinking about their past projects and what they're comfortable with, there's a lot of flying. I'm just trying to think of flying characters. But then again, there's a lot of superheroes that fly. So I guess that argument's also kind of null and void.
Right.
But I'm kind of thinking like Silver Surfer in space, just kind of like fucking hitting ollies and fucking stars and shit.
See, I'm just
also like a cosmic hero game.
Yeah, right, that's what I really wanted. I would love a cosmic.
Like, if you could literally just fly, like, if you could make a game where you could actually fly off the Earth's atmosphere and just fly through space, have it all be a smooth transition, and
that would be really hard. That would be really fucking hard to do. For
it would be, but like, we're in next gen, right? We're at that stage. Like,
No Man's Sky
be able to do that.
But
like,
No Man's Sky does that, but that's all procedural generation. So unless you do it like that, it's going to be insanely hard to just have you.
I mean, in the words of the current population, I didn't pay $550 to not play an extended gaming experience. I want an extended gaming experience. I paid for it. So
coming from the one who bought Gotham Knights, but anyways,
for one, I wasn't asking for a next gen game experience.
You literally just said you wanted a next gen game.
I said in the words of the internet, in the words of the current population, they want a next gen game experience. That would technically be a next gen game experience where you could just fly off the Earth, smooth transition, whatever.
I doubt we're going to do that with a superhero game. I think they're just going to keep it in like one planet or one city or something like that. Even for Cosmic, unless they do like different planets themselves, but you wouldn't be able to just fly off into space. Like, doubt we ever going to get that. It just doesn't make sense because otherwise you're just flying forever, and that's going to get boring. But my thing is with what KJ was talking about. Flying through space just by yourself, going from planet to planet, it's not. What else are you gonna do?
I don't want to hear it. You were there advocating for flying cars in Cyberpunk a couple weeks ago. I don't want to hear it
because you're flying through a city.
I'm just saying, nigga, flying is flying. Why are you? I'm
just saying, like flying through like endless space just to get to another planet would be kind of like whatever.
I mean, would it? You don't want to just fly through space?
You can make space look very beautiful.
Well, of course you can. Dude, I've been playing No Man's Sky like crazy, okay? I know that.
I'm also just saying you are also the man who's very excited with Starfield, and you also want to fly through space and customize your ship and stuff. Very obviously, you want to fly through space. I just don't think you want to ride a surfboard through space, and that's weird to me. Why wouldn't you want to ride a surfboard through space?
Well, I wasn't really thinking about Silver Surfer. I was thinking about Captain Marvel, but
why wouldn't you want to be binary and fly through space? That sounds sick. Just imagine you're fucking yellow and red, fucking zooming through the fucking space. It's fucking cool.
Like if they can make, they've proven that they can make flying fun. So when they make a Superman game, when they make Captain Marvel, like I'm just saying, they make flying fun.
You know what, Jules? You triggered me. Actually, thank you very much. Where the fuck is my Superman game?
Yo, seriously though.
Where the fuck is any kind of other single player DC game? What the fuck are you guys doing?
I mean, Wonder Woman is coming out in like 10 years.
Yeah, okay. I will literally be a actual adult by the time that game comes out. Like
they have not confirmed or denied if Suicide Squad was multiplayer. I don't think. I think it's single player.
It is. I'm pretty sure it's
I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. But
why the fuck would they make it single player?
Yeah, that would be. Unless they.
It's a team-based game.
Yeah.
I mean, they made Guardians of the Galaxy single player.
I swear to God, if one more person says Guardians of the Galaxy on this episode, I'm fucking leaving.
Well, how? Like, you got to use it because it's the most recent good superhero game we've had.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Now I have things to look up.
What's the last superhero game that came out after Guardians.
Speak, niggas.
It was Gotham Knights.
True.
It's just what it is. It was the last good superhero game we got. Even if it wasn't like, incredibly and awesome and groundbreaking, it was still a good, fun game.
So, still going to leave that alone. You're entitled to your wrong opinion, sir.
Yo, he hit you with the KJ. It's crazy.
Bro, Gotham Knights is underrated. I don't care what anyone says. But
Underrated?
Nobody said underrated and being a good game are two different things.
It was underrated because no one really gave it a shot. Not many people actually played the game. What I was going to say before, going back to KJ's flying combat bit, I'm honestly surprised that they didn't try to bring in BioWare since they already they can show that they can do really, really good Iron Man level flight combat and flying and graphics and shit. Because
I know why they're not doing that.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, they can do it. It's just the story was absolute garbage and they had no content to the game. But the combat was awesome and flying was fucking gorgeous.
I'm actually really into the story. The story was interesting if you looked around and looked stuff up and did all that extra shit. It was kind of cool.
What, in Mass Effect or?
No,
in Anthem. The story was interesting. At least I was interested in it.
The story didn't.
That main protagonist did not fuck around. He was dope.
The story didn't do anything for me. I was so bored and it didn't really make sense to me. I was like, okay, this is like if I were playing Elden Ring, the story I don't give a fuck because it's not there. You have to
they give you a whole story in Anthem. I mean, anyway, back to the main topic.
But
I'm talking about Anthem. Yo, go off. This is content. I don't know.
That was literally what I was expecting when they said EA and Iron Man. I'm like, oh shit! So we're going to get what Anthem should have been, but with Iron Man, because that's
weird. I didn't even. You know what's crazy? You're making such a good point, but I promise you're probably like one of 18 people who remembered Anthem exists.
I mean, that's
a really good comp. Yeah, probably like Anthem. Yeah, that sounds sick. Anthem's flying was fun.
Yeah,
I really did enjoy that. But it's not BioWare making it, so yeah, I get
exactly. So unless they somehow get those mechanics from BioWare, I mean, technically it's all under EA's umbrella, so they could use it as they just could take that engine and build off from there, which I kind of hope they do, because like I said, it was fun, really fucking fun. But for the rest of them, but like I said, I said this game's going to be, really delving into the narrative and the complexity of Tony Stark. So I'm thinking it's going to be a linear action adventure game. I don't think we're going to get free roam flight, which is kind of a bummer. So
it's a bummer, but you have to handicap your own game. You don't want to be empty.
That's fair. But hell, we talked about this 3 years ago. Having an Iron Man level Spider-Man or a Spider-Man level Iron Man game would be fucking awesome.
Honest to God, having a Spider-Man level any kind of game is awesome. Yeah, exactly. Spider-Man's really good.
Exactly.
I think that's actually something that's really interesting, just taking into comparison as well, or consideration, the comparison between these EA titles that are coming out, but we still have Wolverine coming out in a few years, if not next year. Spider-Man 2 coming out next year. Cough, cough, Game Awards. Cough, cough, Jeff Keighley gave me my fucking trailer. There's another, Midnight Suns is still this year. Yeah. There's a lot of fucking, like you said, Suicide Squad kills. I'm not saying that whole title fucking again.
Harley Quinn is the emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I know you really like DC, but they're just bad at stuff sometimes. Titles, bad. Real bad. Real bad. Did you know there was a Gotham Knights TV show that was going to come out in the CW before they canceled it? So they had two different projects called Gotham Knights. I don't feel like that's good promotion.
It was a terrible show.
It was god awful. Did it get canceled? Before it even launched?
Well, I saw the trailer. Everything about it just looked fucking garbage.
It did have a trailer. I forgot about that.
It looked really bad. And was no matter what they do, the friggin' the Bat universe that they've tried to create has just crumbled around them.
Wasn't Dula in that show, or wherever the fuck Harvey's kid's name is?
Dula?
Harvey Dent's kid?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Because I was because the Joker's daughter was fucking the big bad, I think.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so Dua was in there, yeah.
I mean, it was going to be a terrible, like, Arrowverse has been,
It was going to be ass. It doesn't matter what you say. It was going to be ass.
The Arrowverse is dying. Stargirl just got canceled. Friggin' Flash is getting...
Arrow's been done for like 4 years.
Arrow has been done, I know. I'm talking about Stargirl.
They canceled Supergirl last year or some shit. This is the Flash last season. Legends got canceled like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Superhero TV show. Is done.
My point with DC being is titling.
Yeah.
Just fucking make them shorter. Fucking do better. Yeah. Gotham Knight's the cool title, but for one thing, you don't get to use it twice.
No, it's true. No, titling is not... I mean, I never... There was only like 2 or 3 titles where I was just like, all right, that's kind of dumb. But usually I'm just like, whatever. I'm usually whatever with the titling.
Remember when they gave Birds of Prey a whole other subtitle just because there was too much Harley in the movie? That's crazy.
The Birds of Prey and the fantastic emancipation.
Fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
So stupid. God.
It's really long.
It's so dumb. And no one went to go see the movie because it was also ass.
I just called it Birds of Prey.
Yeah, so did I.
Out of disrespect, I just called it Harley Quinn. It was not a Birds of Prey movie. It was a Harley Quinn movie. I don't want to fucking hear it. Moral of the story is DC, make more games, do better. I don't know what else to fucking tell you guys. I can only do... Yo, you guys fucking hired James Gunn. You don't think that nigga likes video games? Just be like, yo, do that too. Fucking chop DC. Closing remarks, thoughts?
Hey, they're working on it. They're getting on it. It's just taking some time.
My hype for this announcement between EA and Marvel literally hangs around what style of game this is going to be because, like I said, if it's just a linear game, whatever. You're not doing Iron Man justice. If it's a free roam game, then it's probably going to be a lot better.
I mean, I'm very, very neutral to all this. I just need to see something. That's it.
We're not going to see anything for fucking ever.
Exactly. So there's no reason to be excited or happy about it.
It's going to be 2 years before we see a trailer for Iron Man. It's going to be another year on top of that to get the announcements for the rest of the games. So
that's my point. Yeah,
it is. So, I'm with Jules on this. Very neutral. It's kind of more like, okay, like I got to see something before I really pass this judgment. But it's a big news story. It's a big topic. That's another exclusive contract. So I guess going forward, you think this is how like we're going to be dealing with licensing? Like it's not just going to be like, hey, make this game for us real quick. It'll be like, nah, I need to make a few of these games before.
Probably.
Like, do you think that's the future of it?
Probably. Yeah, I think it's going to depend. I think there's going to be a lot of people that want to jump on the make a good superhero game back. Yeah, but they've always been steady though. Like they've had some dips, but there's always been consistent superhero games always being made. So like it's not like it's a new market or a new thing, but I think they're going to because they see what happens when you give it to somebody and they can do it over and over again, get better and better at their craft. You know what I'm saying? Like Respawn's going through that right now. Where like by the end of this trilogy, they're probably going to be so well renowned. Like it's going to be insane if they keep on doing what they're doing. So I think contracts are going to become more common the more success they see with it. But of course you're going to have those one-off games and. You're still going to have those one-off games in between, though. You're just going to give it to this developer, see what they do with it, and not necessarily make a contract, but like see what can happen with like experimentation. Still going to be there. My last comment question, whatever the hell you want to call it, because it goes off the whole kind of contract bit that you're talking about. Will all 3 of these games take place within the same universe? Are they trying to build a Marvel video game universe? I think they said there would be their own self-contained stories. Well, yeah, they could be their own self-contained stories, but they can still exist within that same universe.
I think it'll be cheeky. But I think it won't directly connect. Like when you're in Spider-Man PS4 and like you go do the like Avengers Tower like photo thing, and it's like, man, they haven't been around for a while. I heard they're doing something on the West Coast. Like that's referencing, in my opinion, I think that references the events of what's going to happen in Avengers.
Yeah,
but it's not like directly saying like, man, I hope that fucking crystal generator in San Francisco doesn't explode. Like, no, it's just like
nodding to it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing they did with like the embassy in Marvel and in Spider-Man. It's kind of like, the Wakandan embassy. I've heard they've got some really crazy tech, but we didn't know there was a game coming, but it's just like little.
Exactly.
I think it'll just be filled with like a lot of little Easter eggs acknowledging the other games that exist in the universe and the characters, but I don't think they'll be directly. Yeah,
Right.
and if they are, cool. But then that's giving a lot of expectation for whatever the third EA game is.
We all know that like Marvel's Avengers officially is not tied into the Marvel Spider-Man games because they included Spider-Man and it wasn't that same Spider-Man. So we all know that. Like we all thought that was like, oh shit, they're actually bringing in Spider-Man. Does that mean it's going to be the Insomniac Spider-Man in this game? But no, it wasn't. It was totally different.
I have a take.
I would hope not.
I have a take.
What's up?
I think it took Spider-Man so long to get into the game because I think they were trying to iron out whether or not this was the Spider-Man in the Marvel game, in the Sony game.
Yeah.
They announced him like a month after the game came out, and he didn't come out for like a year.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So like that's my guess.
I'm also still surprised that he was still a PlayStation exclusive for Avengers.
I'm not. He's a Sony character.
Well, I mean, he was a Sony character for Insomniac, but
no, he's a Sony-owned character.
Well, no, because
everything.
They have Wolverine, they're gonna be an exclusive character to like PlayStation, but he's also in Midnight Suns, so that's a multi-platform game.
He's still Spider-Man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess, but at the same time, well, that's what I'm saying though. I think that initially it was supposed to be the Spider-Man in Spider-Man, which is why they were like, no, it's got to be exclusive. And then eventually, they were like, that just doesn't make sense. And everybody was like, cool. And they were like, so can we release them on Xbox? And they were still like, no, fuck them. And that's just where we're at. I get Spider-Man, and the rest of you fucking paste eaters don't.
Until Midnight comes out.
I think they didn't want it to be Marvel Spider-Man because they didn't want to be associated with those character models. That's my take.
That's all fair.
Yeah. No, that's big fact.
And so there's like, we don't want our to look like that.
And then they turn around and ruin Peter Parker anyway, so whatever.
Oh yeah.
You
Peter Parker? Oh man.
I did. I fucking hate I hate the new design for Peter Parker. He looks like a douchebag.
Yeah, I hate fuckboy Parker.
What was in your hand?
It was a gripper.
Oh, fuck you. I thought you were pulling out the fucking blicky. I didn't know what was happening.
He got that 2-finger strength. You know what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, he got that 2-finger strength. I see you.
Brother.
I see you.
It was was that SpongeBob where they're lifting the barbells with their thumbs and shit? With their fingers and shit? That's crazy. Anyways, guys, are you excited for Iron Man? Are you excited for the other two EA Sports It's in the Game projects that are coming out? Let us know in the comments. What do you guys want? What characters do you hope they use? What games do you hope they don't fuck up? I hope it's all of them. Please let us know in the comments. Follow us on the socials. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on Spotify or Anchor with our podcast. And I'm going to put it right here in the center. That's our podcast logo. Follow us for our podcast. No, right here. Look where I'm pointing. That's where I want it. I host the show. I make the calls. I host the show. I make the calls. Nope. Tried me. Anyway. Please follow us on all socials, Facebook, Instagram, MyFewCrams, and the rest of my bit. We will be coming at you, I hope, next week with another... Oh, shit.
What? No, yeah, no, it's God of War. Yeah, it's God of War 4-day weekend, guys. So we will give you a very brief first impressions.
Jules, do you want to just not come on next week?
So Sandsology asked me to buy God of War, and then he will buy me Evil West. So I'm debating on whether I want to do that or not. That's $70. That's a lot of bread. That's $74 in tax. That's almost $80. That's a lot of bread, my guy. I don't know.
It's also going to be probably one of the best games of the year. So
I'm saying it's probably going to be game of the year. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, you can do whatever your heart desires. I respect you as a man and as a person. But next week will be the first impression God of War video, and get ready for that. All right, so please, guys, make sure you follow us. Let us know what you're excited for in the comments below. Don't know which part to stop at. Follow us on Twitch. You put the Twitch handles on our hand under our faces now. Thank you. That's great. And yeah, I love you. Patrick was a little sick, so that's why I led the episode. Sorry, not typically my kind of style episode. Usually more for like the shenanigans. But
there's a ghost on your computer.
There's a ghost on my computer?
It just turned on.
That's tight. There's a ghost In my bedroom, it haunts me at night. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I love you. Don't be haunted. Get some sleep. Go get a pedicure, dude. Like, go treat your fucking self, man. Just really, like, let some nice older, like, young, like, Asian lady just touch you for a few hours. Enjoy yourself. You deserve it. We love you guys. Stay excellent, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye.